thank you for that introduction. Yeah, as you already heard, I'm Leemyy.
And I'm Leon, going to be commentating.
Okay, yeah, so usually we would start with a new game, but that comes with a random chance that we just start over and over again. So I went ahead and prepared a save and just immediately saved, so you're not missing any gameplay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start, and you start the timer for me? Okay, thank you. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, usually we would be spawning this way around, yes? So, what? I prepared this save. What is... Okay! We are starting new game anyways. What happened to the save?
I don't know.
Okay, so apparently saving at the start of the game does not save the location of the life pod. Now we know.
This has never happened before.
I never tried this before, so it's not...
I mean, it's a marathon. That just makes it a really authentic marathon run now.
I did not know that the life pod location does not get saved. I'm sorry. I even tested the save, and it went down in the same location, so I just assumed that it works. Oh god, please.
So there's like 3 pod locations, and we want one of the 3, so 33% chance for each respawn.
Yeah. It shouldn't take too long, but you know how these things go. Yep. This is how these things go. At least the load time is fast.
So what is the difference between those 3 locations?
Technically you can work with all of them, but like all of my setups would have to be different for each of the locations. And that's basically learning 3 different routes, which is a bit much. So I decided to just focus on one of them. But this is kind of the trade-off for that. But like, if I try to focus on all 3 of them, I would be so much worse at them that I feel like, on average, I would be getting a worse time than I should be getting with the spawn location I'm trying to get and not getting, because... Oh, what? Excuse me, does this life pod ever go down on the left? That side? It should be there.
If I remember correctly, one of the spawn pods are used by other runners, one is used by you, and one is used by no one.
Yeah,
correct?
So over the course of the game, we have had we've used different life pod locations for different routes. World Record actually uses a different life pod location than I'm trying to get here. Oh, no, I don't want to open this door, please. I just want to get a run. Why?
Welcome everybody to the authentic speedrun experience.
Yes, this is what it looks like every time I try. Thank you! Holy shit!
We gotta run, everyone!
I swear that it is a 1 in 3 chance.
That did not
Classic marathon luck.
Why? This is what I try to avoid by loading that save. I'm sorry, everybody.
Fine. So, Leemyy is now going to go into the water, and he wants to collect various resources, including limestone, which gives titanium and copper, I believe. He wants a total of 25 throughout the entire run. He wants some bladderfish for some extra oxygen, I believe that's 4 total. And he's going to visit a cave that is full of silver and some gold. I don't exactly remember the numbers for those, but...
5 silver and 2 gold. What I'm gonna pick up.
Right, that's a cave.
That's 5 silver there. That's 2 gold.
Perfect.
I actually need more silver than that, but I'm not gonna pick up more because inventory space at the start is very limited. So I kind of have to make compromises as to what I pick up early and what I pick up later. Okay, I'm at 204.
And he expects to pick up around 17, 18 limestones on the path towards his life pod.
Oxygen.
There's now a 3rd leatherfish. They are used to refill your oxygen. and craft air bladders later on.
Okay, I'm not gonna stretch this too far. Yeah, right there I ate a bladderfish in order to replenish 15 oxygen. You can actually get more than 15 ticks worth of oxygen out of a single bladderfish by eating it when you're already blacking out. As you can see right now, I'm at 0, but I'm still not dead immediately. So you can actually get more like 25 worth of oxygen out of a single bladderfish if you're like close to already voiding out.
And as we timed it, the voiding out takes around 12-ish seconds, but you cannot act for the entirety of it, if I remember it correctly.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. So you, like, as soon as you go down to 0, there's like 5 seconds where it just starts blacking out. Then there's a few more seconds where you still have control, but it's completely black, which is gonna come in, which is gonna become important in a bit. And then there's just a few seconds where you can't do anything, but the game also won't do anything, and you just have to wait until it actually says you died. This is good, actually. Decent number of resources. Right, one more bladderfish.
Don't forget to drop titanium.
Yep, I'm gonna drop 6 titanium here just to make inventory space. I'm gonna pick it back up later. And now I'm gonna attempt to do a glitch for which I need to die and enter the life pod at the same time, which is why I'm gonna wait. You should hear me. Okay, she said found the drop pod. That means I got the first half. Okay, I got the glitch. That is good. So what I just did there is I entered the life pod, and as I was still respawning, I interacted with the locker in the life pod, which kind of confuses the game. So now, instead of opening the locker immediately, it'll open the locker the next time I open up... Ah, damn it. The next time I open up the PDA.
The inventory, basically.
Yes, sorry. And that will allow me to remotely access the locker here, which is important because whenever you die, you lose all of your items that you've collected since you last left your base. Except for one random item.
If you have died of hearing the blood,
So let me just crafted a knife to collect some extra materials, a scanner to scan various mechanical parts, to like a sea glider, and air bladders to contain oxygen or perform some tricks like
Should be
moving
able to use this.
upwards from the water. I'm going to attempt now.
Yeah, does not like to cooperate.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
We have $20 from Orke saying, "Hey, lifeboat here. Sorry, I overslept."
Doesn't that happen to everyone at this event? I wasn't aware that it's possible not to oversleep.
synthesized.
Apparently neither was the life pod.
So Leemyy collected some snowballs, which will be later on used to perform a very similar glitch to store our locker into our inventory tab.
Yeah. And right now I'm looking for sea glide fragments as well as other resources like this one. 1, 2, okay. 3. So far I've only found 1 sea glide fragment, and that one is guaranteed to be there. 4. That's very lucky with silver, but not very lucky with sea glide fragments. Still none. Cool. No, that's an egg.
So I think I will explain a bit about the resources. For example, the stones that contain silver, for every 3 rocks he breaks, he gets 2 silver and 1 titanium. And the earlier rocks that were limestones, I believe, were 3 titanium and 2 copper for every 5 limestone. I believe that's correct. So
Yes.
that reduces RNG. It's not completely RNG, but in multiples of 5. Yeah.
That's 1. I still need 1 more. Usually, optimally, I should have all 3 by the time I go into that cave where the guaranteed drop is, but you know, RNG do be like that. No, that is not the sea glide fragment. Ah, well, we just head back this way. There's plenty possible locations where there could be sea glide fragments this way, but the game does not feel like cooperating right now.
I think I saw one on the way from original spawn to the pod, but that's probably way out of the way.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
like 200 meters the other way. That's not great. Come on. There's gotta be some sea glide fragments somewhere. There's probably one right next to the life pod that I overlooked, as always. Let's see. I don't see any. This is cool. Yeah, this is also very authentic to the Subnautica speedrunning experience. Just looking for sea glide fragments. I'm sure I already overlooked one fragment. I'm sorry to everybody at home if I did. I try to be thorough. Okay, so there's... Oh, there's one there. Cool. This only took 2 more minutes than it should have. It's fine. We got... Oh, no, we don't have space for more quartz. So usually I would actually access my locker right now and drown in order to walk back to the life pod, but because my oxygen is so high, it's just faster to swim back. I can show off the locker storage though, so see, right now I can actually put things into the locker
Well, Sam, I guess I might as well
from
gather
further
some
away,
research
which I'll
for
actually
research.
do
Hope that
partially because I need more space in my inventory for other things. Yes. Now I make fiber mesh, yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to mentally keep track of all these resources and also forming coherent sentences at the same time is
Adding additional blueprints
So-
to your
Easiest
data
thing.
bank.
Some items are being made right now, even though we cannot really craft them into a final component because crafting the materials just makes it take less
The
space.
Seaglide is a personal transportation device
Yes.
used for high-speed free diving. Contains a built-in light and map.
okay. Come here, little fish. Oh, another one. Hello. How many of those do I even have? I completely lost count. Too busy looking for sea glide fragments. Let's just say 19, and if that's wrong, then I'll just get more later. It's not that bad.
So right now, if I remember correctly, we're going towards the location where the Pathfinder 2 is located,
Yes.
which is going to be used for some interesting things later on.
Indeed. For now, I'm just gonna scan it. Luckily, the Pathfinder tool only requires a single fragment to be available for
30
building,
seconds of oxygen
unlike the
remaining.
Sea Glide, which sadly requires 3.
And I believe a Pathfinder fragment is static, right?
Yes, that one is always
Passing
there.
100 meters.
And
Oxygen efficiency
everything that's in a
decreased.
nest, like the fragment I just scanned, is also always in the same location. Get these two. I want to look for one more
Warning.
Argentite
30
outcrop.
seconds
Oh,
of
that's one there.
oxygen remaining.
Let's just get one extra. It can give me extra titanium. Okay, there's a... Nope. No. You are not... Okay. So that guy... You hearing that noise? That means that there's a sea monkey after me trying to steal my item, which is really bad. Especially if it steals an expensive item like the Sea Glide. Luckily, it did not steal anything. You mind? Thank you. Now I'm gonna pick up 3 titanium and all of the quartz. Yes. Yes, that is the right... No, don't craft the wrong things.
The Pathfinder
Okay.
emits a
No,
sequence
this is
of
not...
points to mark your route and aid navigation in both terrestrial and aquatic
That is
environments.
correct.
Once again, the locker storage. You throw a snowball at the locker and somehow it gets stored.
Yeah, so the way it works is you just throw the snowball and then you interact with the locker while the throw animation is happening, and that just confuses the game. It used to be in the original that you could also do that with a flare, but that particular one the developers patched out. Well, let's actually get this. Since I'm still kind of low. And also getting bladderfish. Oh, what? Oh, I had a free slot.
You gotta show off the cute fish.
Yeah.
So, right now we are going towards the builder tool, which is also going to be used in conjunction with the Pathfinder.
That sounds like a
Yeah, as well as to clip out of bounds in general. The builder tool is very useful for like any kind of run. Even the non-glitched runs use it just because when you're in a base you can respawn. Whoop, don't run out of oxygen. That would be bad.
Oxygen.
So yeah, if you build a base, enter it, and then drown, you still respawn in that base, which is basically a oxygen refill. Of course, hardcore cannot make use of that, but I believe pretty much every other run uses the builder tool. And maybe hardcore still makes bases with the builder tool just because it's more convenient for crafting, but I do not remember that. Also, right now I'm taking a detour that's very unusual for runs, but this is in order to mitigate some RNG later on. So there's a cave later on where I could find diamonds, but with how my luck has been so far, I probably wouldn't. So I'll just head over here and get my diamonds from here instead. Is that? Oh yeah, enough. No! It's
The corals.
unfortunate. So yeah, I'm gonna have to head back out and get another coral now, because I forgot to put the corals in the locker. I'm actually only gonna lose one of the 2 corals, but I need 2. So losing one is enough.
So how losing stuff on death works. The game remembers what items you left your base last time with, and those items will stay with you. And any items you picked up on your travels when you die will get lost except for one random item. Unless there's some really important story items, I believe, don't get dropped.
Yes. Yeah, there's some items that have special flags, so you never lose them. Even if you pick them up after you enter a base. For example, ion cubes and some of the tools, but for some reason not all of them. For example, the sea glide does not have that flag, which I found out the hard way. Yeah, let's see. Where is there a coral? There should be one here. Nope. Okay. Well, let's just take these ones.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Is this even? Yeah, drowning at this point is faster. So I'm just gonna store the corals now and wait for the sweet release.
Oxygen.
You know what else is waiting for a sweet release? A donation if you have the time for it.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
You have $20 from Salvner. Blub blub Leemyy. Didn't realize this was happening. Awesome to see you represent below 0 at ESA. Good luck with the sea glides. And this donation went towards the Golden Sun any % bonus category, any % New Game Plus demonstration. Thank you so much for your donation.
Yeah, thank you, Selfna. Okay, now that I actually have all of my resources, that is okay. I apparently picked up more than I needed, but that's not a bad thing.
Better to have more than less.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I also need this snowball. Okay, now there's a bunch more crafting to be done. Mostly what I'm trying to get right now is I'm going to upgrade my tank. I'm also going to make the builder tool and prepare some more parts for crafting later on. There is the builder tool. Let's actually sort out my inventory correctly. And oh yeah, I need to unequip the tank in order to actually make an upgraded tank. And now I am actually going to come over here, get myself stuck in between these coral plates.
No bed.
put a
No
base
storage, no
right
place
here.
to put a fabricator module.
I might be a bit high, but I should be fine. Okay, it's this might bite me later, but it's fine. So I'm gonna stack some Pathfinder pips right there. Now I'm gonna come over here. Gonna change the frame rate to 30 and say goodbye to the life pod. So yeah, that's the kind of first major glitch of this run, Pathfinder launches. As you can see, you can use the Pathfinder tool to go really, really fast. If you're trying to do this at home and you can't get it to work, there's two things that you need to have in order for this to work. You need to set the game's you need to go into the graphics settings and set the level of detail to low, which is why all these textures look so bad. I'm sorry, I can't not set it too low, otherwise this glitch does not work. Do not ask me why. I believe it's because the physics calculations are also tied to the level of detail. But yeah, and then you also have to stand on one of those Pathfinder nibs. And then the only thing you can stand on after that is a base. So what I'm doing here is I constructed this base. It doesn't matter if it's not fully constructed, like the one I'm standing on right now. I'm now setting up for a more precise launch, so this takes a bit of precision out. Come on, let me on top of that thing. There we go. I also need to be somewhat quick about this because otherwise I freeze. Okay, I'm gonna save now because if I miss this, I'm gonna end up in the water like a kilometer away from everything, and I'm just gonna have to drown, which takes a while. But I hope I won't have to use that save. What? Let's set the frame rate back up. What? Okay, yeah, this is why we make a save. Okay, this is the one I just made.
So the launch angle, I assume, is extremely precise since you're going a fair bit of distance, even like a bit of deviation makes it go fly in not quite the correct direction.
Yeah, we're going like, I'm not actually sure how many units it is. I can turn around and look at the life pod when we're there to figure it out. I actually never did that. Okay, please don't stop me mid-air now. As you can see, we're flying right over this mountain and crashing into the side of this mountain. No! Ah! That gap is like this wide, and I somehow managed to hit it at that distance. That's honestly impressive. I didn't mean to hit it, but you know. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna load the save because it's just like it's a precise setup, and that one clearly worked. I was just like very unlucky with the landing spot. Let's do that again. Stand right here. Go to the options, set the frame rate to 30. Now we can't see anything. Cool.
So he's pausing and unpausing because the game loads while you're paused.
Yeah, this is the gap I just fell into, by the way.
Now we have to find the shade to hide from the cold, because that makes sense.
Yes. So there's a spot right here where you don't freeze. That's because there's actually an inside spot below me. And it thinks I'm in that right now, which is why I'm not freezing. That didn't quite work.
So right now he's going to just use the Pathfinder nodes to push himself into a wall to go out of bounds and enter an area he's not quite supposed to enter yet.
Yeah, so usually, for those of you who've played the game casually, you might have noticed that I never actually met Alan. We're just gonna ignore his SOS call instead I'm just gonna make his body without him ever telling me to. It's fine. Look, if anything, I'm just saving him time.
And we just threw a snowball at the cube to skip the animation of the pickup.
Yeah. Now I pick up the booster tank. Okay, I have pretty much everything now. I'm now gonna pick up more titanium and all of the bladderfish I can get my hands on. This looks good. Let's go.
Time for more launches. I believe this time you're aiming for 800 meters away?
Yes. So, that should still work. So whenever I do these launches, I tend to look back at the life pod just to gauge how much further I actually went. So this launch doesn't... Okay, that's...
FPS, right?
Interesting.
Was that due to the FPS?
Yeah, so usually for this one I don't have to set the frame rate to 30, but I'm just going to anyways. So the frame rate, lowering it isn't strictly necessary, but sometimes when you don't lower it, stuff like that happens, where it just doesn't give you exactly the kind of launch you want. Let me just quickly equip 2 items.
And that looked almost perfect.
And now we are actually seeing our next glitch. This right here is
high pressure and temperatures.
prop boosting. If you have the booster tank, which you might remember from your casual playthrough as that one item that you were really excited about when you found it, and then immediately discovered that it was complete trash. Yeah, if you use that, and you pick up an item with a propulsion cannon at the same time, for some reason you just go at 45 meters per second top speed. Just for reference, the normal sea glide speed is 8. So it does go fast. Anyways, now I'm gonna use these air bladders, and I'm going to go into this airless base to refill them. Don't ask. Also, you might have noticed I placed this base into a wall, and then I placed a hatch facing the wall. This is in order to clip through the wall. I'm now gonna partially deconstruct the base in order to not respawn in it later. I'm gonna go over here, line myself up. And now, in a few seconds, we should be seeing some land. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go and get this air refresh. And I'm gonna keep going.
So right now we are searching for some mushrooms and, more importantly, a ruby crystal.
Yes. Rubies do not like to show themselves. Oh, there's one there. Wow, that was very good luck. So usually I wouldn't head to this big cave that I was just at in order to find a ruby. I would just hope to find one down here where I'm going anyways. But for the sake of safety, I decided to slightly alter the route in order to... Oh, would you look at that? There's a ruby down here anyways. Of course. I can promise you it wouldn't have been there if I had relied on it.
Seconds of oxygen remaining.
So right now you crafted the base to scan, once you're done with the item you're going to find, to respawn in the same base. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. It also makes it so that all the items I picked up so far are saved. So they now count as I had them when I last entered a base, so I'm no longer going to lose them when I die, which usually I would. For example, the gel sex. Actually, the gel sex already got saved when I used the other base to clip out of bounds. But yes, you can see I didn't lose any items. I'm now quickly gonna leave the base and deconstruct it. We're getting a call, but we're gonna ignore that. Nobody likes spam calls.
Alan is just calling you about your extended car warranty.
Okay, I'm failing to do the right thing. Anyways, let's head this way. I want to hang up on Alan, but I also don't want to press the wrong key and accidentally do something like that. So we're just gonna leave him on hold for a while. There we go. Now I'm gonna scan this, which is the last architect component I need. Then I'm gonna give myself a slight air refill, and now I'm gonna... Whoops. Hello, can I please... Where is my... What? I'm pressing the wrong button.
Using the chemical compounds available in your body, I am able to approximate...
Okay, yeah, that's why we have extra bladderfish. So I could just wait to... Actually, no. I could just wait to drown here, but please. But it's faster to hit myself in the back of the head with an item. I lost items there, but that's on purpose. The items I lost there is just part of the base I just deconstructed. I might have also lost all my quartz. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up one more quartz, but that's not a big deal. I'm now gonna pick up everything, and I'm gonna start making the last few components. And while this is going, I guess I'm gonna look for one quartz. Hello there, fish. You mind helping me out on my adventure to find one quartz?
He's obviously willing.
Yeah, he said yes. Okay, you all heard it. Maybe you're better luck. We can find it elsewhere. This is not the best area to find quartz. I was just maybe trying to find one while this craft is going on.
Yeah, quartz I believe is one of the most common materials around, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yes, it is very common, especially in the area we're about to launch ourselves to. Okay, I should now have everything. Is there anything I forgot?
I don't think so.
Okay, well in that case, let's head out for the fabrication facility.
Or
That's my
launches.
launch platform. I need to equip the launching tool. That was a bit iffy. Probably not gonna go far enough now, but it's fine. Oh, let's see, how far does it launch me? It should be 800 meters thereabouts. Yeah,
Almost
actually looks fine.
Exact. Yeah. So we're coming back to our base to click back out of bounds.
Yeah, but first I have to get one more. Oh, there's. See, I told you, quartz is really common here. I'm somehow also low on titanium. Okay, that is less common in this area, but it's. I know where to find some. It's fine. There's some right over. Ah, yeah. Ah. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, now I don't have. I'm just gonna do that.
I don't think we mentioned this, but you cannot boost when your oxygen is at 45 or below.
Yeah, exactly. So you can only boost when it thinks that there's oxygen in your actual tank, and the game considers your character Robin to have a lung capacity of 45, and that's always the last thing that gets used up. So as soon as you hit 45, you can no longer use the booster tank because it is empty. I have now successfully refilled. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull this out to line myself up, and now I'm gonna boost this way.
So right now I believe we're going towards the location where we're going to craft some alien bodies.
Yes. We're heading for the crystal caves. You can see the first crystals turning up right here. I'm actually gonna use these bladderfish as well as this. And I'm gonna keep using the... I'm actually kind of low on... let me... No, I don't... Okay, I can't press the right buttons.
Swapping batteries is difficult. Have you ever tried it in real life? You always fumble around a little bit.
It's almost as bad as plugging in a USB.
Right.
So here there's two nice Shadow Leviathans. It's not bad if they hit me once, but they do 75 damage, so if they hit me more than once, I will die.
We just want a hug.
Yeah, they're just saying
30
hello.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
So yeah, I found the first of 3 kyanite that I need. I'm just heading into the base here in order to refill my oxygen, and now I'm gonna look around this cave to find 2 more,
Why is it hidden all the way down
which shouldn't be too big of a problem. There's one more. Nope, I want the kyanite. And there's the last.
Did you drop the Joe sack or was that my imagination?
Huh?
Did you drop a Joe sack or was that my imagination?
I'm pretty sure there was silver, but I'm gonna check in a sec. Where's the entrance? What? Ah, no, don't drop it. Oh, it's over here, I think. Yes, it is. Getting slightly turned around. Usually the entrance is easy to find. Nah,
Okay.
you have 1 extra gel
My
sack.
bad.
Actually, yeah, you 2, I believe. Anyways, I have the sea glide out right now just to get extra light. Otherwise, it's pitch black in here. Usually, when you enter this facility, it lights up,
You were a scientist?
but that's
Like
only
me?
when you actually found Alan. Right now, the game thinks that I don't actually have what it
As I said,
takes
like
to
me.
make the alien body.
Is your interpretation.
But because
So
I
how did
broke
you
into
find
all
scientific mind
into
wonder?
all the alien caches, words are hard. I do in fact have everything that I need, and I know how to make them, so I'm just gonna make them now. You can
So
also
you
hear
came
just
here
Alan
to
talking
search
to
for a
me.
cure?
If you take a look at the
Does
subtitles, though, you will notice that it does not actually show Alan's name, it just says voice. That's because I never went to actually meet him.
Final component.
So the game thinks he's still like just some voice.
This
The,
is the
the
last
funny part about that the dialogue sometimes just calls Alan Alan
What will you
instead
do
of
with your newfound
when you
freedom?
don't even know his name.
well to make amends.
Yeah, so of course the actual voice lines don't change, so
the
Robin
bacteria?
will still say Alan.
Seems to be a lot you're not telling me.
Closing in on... I still have a bit more health, but let's get this started first. Oh my god. I hate this. These stairs are slightly higher than you can step up onto. Can I please?
You still
So you always have to jump up them, but if you're right next to them and try to jump up, they won't let... Oh my god. Just take the Pathfinder tool. Pathfinder tool makes for a wonderful ladder. Please start.
So the reason we're breaking our ankles a little bit right here is that we will want to death warp after talking to Alan.
Yes. A bit more, but not too much, otherwise
Did
it'll be
you
bad.
cause the
Okay.
accident?
And now I'm just waiting for this body to be finished. Actually, before it's finished, I'm gonna make a save real quick.
To speak about it.
We can
So I'm gonna
do that
attempt to do a cutscene skip here. Usually when you put Alan back into his body, there's a 1.5 minute cutscene that plays. But for some reason, if you interact with him at just the right time... Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time, and if I don't get it, we're just gonna keep going. That's what I made the save for.
So I believe you're aiming when the outline dims for the third time. That's one of the reasons to have that outline. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually one of the main reasons I have the outlines on. It also makes resources easier to see, but by now I'm pretty good at spotting them.
cause the accident?
But this trick is pretty much impossible to time if you don't have outlines on. With outlines it's relatively simple though, but it's still a very small window, so it's easy to miss. Let's see if I can get it here. Otherwise we're just gonna watch the cutscene. Nope. I think I was slightly early there. That's a shame. Now we gotta get to see spoilers, I guess.
Maybe
Did it
donation?
work?
Yeah, this is a perfect time for donations if you have any or other messages.
Give me just a second here. I would once again like to tell you guys about some of our donation incentives. We have an outfit choice coming up for Near Replicant version 1.22474487139 and so on and so forth. You actually go ahead and choose one of the outfits for the main characters, and I definitely want you guys to go ahead and donate to that samurai outfit incentive. So if you could make that happen, that would be an absolute pleasure. Furthermore, we have a Golden Sun coming up, where you can put your money towards a bonus category that will be shown, as it is a new game, 80% New Game Plus demonstration. We are pretty far away from reaching that, so you definitely have to go ahead and put your money towards that so you can actually go ahead and watch that. Furthermore, we have an Illusion of Gaia incentive coming up, where Bowie the hero, the runner of the game, will be fighting the final boss blindfolded. And we're pretty close to actually getting that met, so, you know, if you want to see Bowie do that and get on a little bit of pressure raised by the boss, do put your money towards that.
Okay, now that Alan is finally done talking, we can just walk back up this wall and throw ourselves down here one last time.
I find it funny how Alan offers you to remove your memories of him, and you say no, and then just jump off the edge.
Look, Robin has not really made up her mind about this whole thing.
Fair enough.
Now we're gonna come over here. Ah, it looks a bit scuffed. I hope that works.
Dangerous weather
So we're
approaching.
trying to launch
Seek
ourselves
shelter.
to the final area of the game.
Yes. As you can see nothing right now. Oh, I need to set the frame rate back to 500. For some reason, the loading time is actually dependent on frame rate. Let's take the descent slowly by catching ourselves with Pathfinder nodes, so we don't die. So that launch was supposed to take me all the way to this cave entrance, but overall went pretty well.
Much faster than walking, for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, usually I would swim most of the way, so I could prop boost there. But I already have that launch platform from all the launches I did earlier, so I might as well. Some minor platforming here to save 2 seconds.
Well, save every second.
As long as the game lets me, I will. I don't know why my walking speed just went
Are you
down, but it
prepared
did.
to leave, Alan?
Yes. There is much to do.
All right. And from here on out, the game is basically just
There is no time.
waiting around. There's still some more gameplay,
Can't pass up a chance to see where
but
architects
there's
are. Besides,
practically no potential to save time, sadly.
What we will find there.
There's always potential to lose some.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of potential to just lose a few seconds here and there. Luckily, you can't die as soon as you go through this portal, because the game actually turns you invincible.
Please complete
Funny thing
any
about that
business
is,
you have on this
the
planet.
game actually forgets to turn that invincibility back off again when you quit out of the current session. So if I just go back to the main menu now and I start a new game, I will still be invulnerable, and so will every other enemy be. That sentence. I just you know what I meant.
It makes sense.
Robin, we're just in time. The phase gate is opening.
That's actually a common choking point for new runners. They finish their first run, they're excited, they immediately start to do their next run, then they get to the point where they want to cut down table corals in order to make a builder tool, and they realize,
In
wait,
hopes that the others
I cannot cut down these table corals no matter how many times I swing at them. They just will not break. If that ever happened to you, reload the game. It works.
Will you help me prepare the ship? The energy masts must be moved.
So if I were to want to learn the speed game, where would I go?
Uh,
well,
Nah, putting me on the spot here. I forgot what the speedrun.com page for below zero is like. Just type in Subnautica below zero or just below zero into the search bar on speedrun.com and I'm sure you'll find it. I should have looked this up beforehand. But I did not. Obviously well prepared. On there you will also find a Discord link to the Subnautica speedrunning Discord for both Subnautica and Subnautica below zero. So if you have any questions, you can just head in there and ask whoever is on at the time. Oh, what? As we said, there's always potential for time loss here. Just no potential to save any. Unless somebody finds a way to skip any of this. If you do, please, please, please let us know. This is just 3 minutes of doing absolutely nothing.
Very good.
Do we have any more last messages, maybe?
Ship assembly.
Sadly not at the moment, but can already prepare you for the next one, which will be a Binding of Isaac Repentance Racing Plus in Season 2. So, you know, even though you were just waiting for the end of this one, you might want to get in some snacking for the next one, because it will be absolutely fantastic.
Ah, well. Oh, what? I'm gonna stuck on that. Okay.
There's are hard.
Oh. Join me, Robin.
Join me, Robin.
Hey, I said it first. Also, shoutouts to the clipping camera.
I apologize. The levitator was calibrated for heavier bodies. I would have helped you to your feet, but as you
All
can see,
right,
I
we're
am
actually coming up on time now. Robin and Alan are gonna talk for like 20 more seconds, and then it's actually gonna be time. As soon as I can interact with this,
You could say that.
just let me do
Maybe
this.
leave the past
Please, Alan.
behind.
Good. Please brace yourself, and then we will depart.
Please, give me. There we go. All right. That was
In 3,
Subnautica Below Zero.
1.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the run. And I hope you also enjoy the rest of the marathon. Have a good day.
All right, thank you so much for this awesome run of Subnautica Below Zero, you two. With that, I guess it is time to move on to The Binding of Isaac Repentance, run by Juice Caesar on PC. It's the Racing Plus category for Season 2. And I hope you all will enjoy this, because this is also the end of my hosting shift for this marathon. It was an absolute pleasure to be here. I will be handing off to King Joe 444, so make sure to shower the runner and the next host in your love and your donations. We'll go back to intermission for just a few moments while we set up the next run, so do please stick around, and I will see you soon.